MULN stock. So in the last trading session, the session of the 28th of November 2022, it lost 3.35% on a volume of 127.1 million shares, which is regarded as below average. And in our last update, we indicated, or rather forecasted, that there's a good chance it may continue to consolidate. And that is exactly what has happened. Our last update was on the 31st of October 2022, and it's almost exactly 1 month since that time. Yes, and that is exactly what's been going on. It's been consolidating, trading or closing between $0.27. Okay, let's see whether we can get it for that whole period. Largely trading between $0.29 and $0.19 so far. That is what has been the case. That's been a consolidation there. It says here MULN appears to be consolidating within a longer term downtrend. Shares are presently below the 200-day moving average, which is falling along with the 10-day moving average. However, the average directional index, or ADX, is below 20, indicating that the shares have exhibited sideways movement recently, and it's also lagging the S&P 500. So that is largely what has been going on, since that time. There hasn't been really any other news as such. There were some news, and the company has secured funding to close its electric last mile asset acquisition. So I think what has been going on is, I know it's been taking on funding. Maybe that is also affecting the stock. Maybe some of those investors are using Form 114 to take their money out, or rather, some of them are. Eventually, that may be what will happen, and maybe market participants have seen that, started to take their money off the table before that comes into effect. MULN is a growing company, so such things happen. They use the equity markets to level off their debt and all that stuff. So they're making the most of resources available to them. So I guess if you're into MULN, you probably are in it in the long term. So the question here is, are you going to average down? Is that what you're going to do? Are you going to average down? So we can actually see here that going by what has been going on, and of late as well, the volumes have actually they've spiked up. Going by what's been going on largely all throughout the year, the volumes have actually picked up now. And even though we have a below average of 127 million shares in the last trading session, it does not mean that it has actually reached the bottom as such. Going by the volumes, that is not, I would say, not far. It's far from it, far from the bottom. But in any case, what is actually certain here from this slow stochastic oscillator is that there's a good chance we're going to get a bounce from where we are right now. You can see the oscillator is indicating that the stock is totally oversold at the moment, and it's an oscillator. It goes from 0 to 100, 0 to 100, 0 to 100. So once it's here, it might dwell in this region of being overbought. But once it's overbought, what's the next natural occurrence? It may come out. It may have to come out from there and maybe become overbought. May no longer be oversold. Sorry. Currently, it's oversold. You can see that down here. It's oversold. And what do you expect for it to come out from there? Maybe some buying to ensue. That's why I'm also asking, amongst other things, are you going to average down? Are you going to take up more positions? I'm not saying that you're going to do so, but this is what exactly all the market participants are looking, and they're trying to see if they're looking at opportunities for them to average down and balance things out. So before we go into the probabilities, let's see what the short interest is for MULN. Let's see what that short interest is. Let's get that short interest again. Refresh our memory about what the short interest is. I think it's saying 33.87%. Is that correct? If that is correct, then yes, it has doubled. It has more than doubled since the last time we updated this. Updated on MULN. So the last time we updated was about 17% or thereabouts. So So this is roughly 100% increase since that time. So given all that's been going on statistically, we can see that the 10, the 20, and the 50-day moving averages are not that far off. The 20-day moving average price of MULN is at 0.29, and that of the 50-day is at 0.33, and the stock itself is also not so far off from them. So given all of this, we have been able to determine that the probability that MULN is going to drop below the closing price of $0.195 as of today, the 29th of November, the probability of it dropping below $0.195 over the next 20 trading sessions is 14.92%. So the probability of it rising or above $0.195 is 85.08%. Just statistically, going by the fact that there's a narrow spread between the current price and the 20-day moving average. As such, that has provided a probability that it will spike, maybe by a huge percent, maybe not by a huge margin, maybe not, but there's a good chance that it may not drop further. There's a good chance statistically, but we haven't seen, at the same time as well, the volume is not really indicating that, not sufficiently indicating that it has reached the bottom. So that probability is strictly on statistics, on data. So as it concerns its 50-day moving average over the next 50 trading sessions, the probability of it staying above, or rather dropping below $0.195 is 7.08%. So it looks quite unlikely that it's going to drop below $0.195 over the next 50 trading sessions, but indeed it may also drop below that and other stuff. So maybe on the average over the next 50 trading sessions, there's a good chance that it's going to be above $0.195. That is probably what it's probably signaling. So the probability of it staying above or rising above $0.195 on the average over the next 50 trading sessions, that probability is around 92.92%. So things are looking good statistically for MULN at the moment. You can also see it's a short interest of 38.87%. But at the same time, that this short interest is also what attracts a lot of market participants. It may force another rally that will take it above its 50-day moving average. As a matter of fact, this consolidation we are looking at right now is probably a consolidation of that $0.55 that was reached on the 26th of October. So see what you make of all of these things I've just disclosed now, based on our statistics. The probability of it, remaining above or spiking above $0.195 over the next 20 to 50 trading sessions is looking quite high. Short interest has doubled, but also short interest doubling also means that a lot of market participants are going to get involved. Volumes may continue to remain this high as well. So when they are involved, they buy and sell, and short sellers may also continue. So indeed, short sellers have definitely increased their stakes. Hence the reason why it has been declining, even though on a broad range it has been consolidating. So MULN stock, things are mixing. There are a lot of mix-ups at the moment. So see what you make of it, and thank you very much for watching this video.